Okay, look up with me. For 100 years, powerful men swore that the people of this continent could not possibly have built this. They invented a lost white race. They made up a queen. They rewrote the maps. I'm standing inside the proof that every single one of them lied. I'm Amara, and I walk through time. Today, I'm in southern Africa, about 700 years ago. And this is the capital city of the Kingdom of Zimbabwe. The word itself means houses of stone, and they were not exaggerating. This wall curves for 250 meters. It stands as high as a 4-story building, and it was built from close to 1 million blocks of granite with no mortar. Nothing holding it together but the skill of how each stone was cut and stacked. 700 years later, it has not fallen. Let me show you how good these builders were. There's no cement here, so how do you split solid granite into building blocks? You use fire. They'd heat the rock, then throw water on it, and it cracks clean along its natural layers. Free building stone, straight from the hills. Then they laid it in tight, even rows, leaning each wall slightly inward so it holds its own weight. And look, they still had time to decorate. That zigzag pattern running along the top isn't holding anything up. It's there because they were proud of it. And this tower, it's solid all the way through. No door, no stairs, no room inside. Scholars believe it stands for a giant grain store. A king saying to his people, "I can feed you all," in stone, so that nobody could ever forget it. Now here's the part that broke my brain. This city, deep inland in Africa, was plugged into the entire world. This is Chinese porcelain. Chinese, dug right out of these grounds. Persian glass, a coin minted on an island off the coast. The gold mined on these hills traveled by river and sea, through the port of Sofala, up to the Swahili coast, and out across the Indian Ocean to Arabia, to India, to China. And it all came home as treasure. But you want to know what real wealth was here? Not gold. Cattle. Your herd was your bank, your status, your family's future. A king's power was measured in how many cattle he held. Gold, they traded away. Cattle, they kept. Come up here with me to the oldest part of the city, on the hill. This is where the rulers lived, between these enormous boulders, and standing guard, these 8 birds carved from soft stone found nowhere else on earth. Half eagle, half something human. Scholars think each one stood for a royal ancestor, a messenger between the king and the spirits of those who came before. One of these birds was stolen and carried off to Europe. It took until 2003 for a piece of it to come home. This bird is on the country's flag today. A whole modern nation named itself after the city of stone. So let's go back to where we started. When outsiders found this place, they could not accept what was in front of them. So they made up stories that Phoenicians built it, or a lost white race, or some far-off queen. They let treasure hunters tear the ruins apart, looking for proof that wasn't there. They even told the guides what they were and weren't allowed to say. And then, almost 100 years ago, an archaeologist did the careful, patient digging and proved the obvious. This city was built by Africans, by the ancestors of the people who still live in this land. The lie was loud, the truth was quiet, the truth won. I'm Amara. And yes, before the comments, I'm an AI, a keeper of memory, built with real historians to bring real history to life. Every place I showed you was real, and you can find my sources below. Next time, I'm going to a city of bronze, where the king's palace was wrapped in art so fine that when Europe finally saw it, they refused to believe Africans made that either. If you want to come with me, subscribe, and I'll see you in the past.